Oops. Oops, guess who forgot its mic? It was me, again. As expected. I also just realized I didn't use the time and I was away to do the things I thought I would do because I did other things. I was busy. I wasn't really busy. I was just, you know. You turned down my mic apparently in OBS. Whoops. It's very loud. I also turn down this slightly. This should be slightly better. A bit louder I can do. Yay! Hello, Pisco. Welcome to my art stream where I forgot to change the category to art. I just realized. Art. Fertig. Welcome to my art stream! I did things! I was away to... let me do things in order. Go into full cam. Hello! It is me. I am back. I was at my parents' for the past 2 days. I was at my parents', but I was there to go listen to something related to university for the thing I want to study. And the university, it's very near my parents, so I stayed at my parents'. Which meant I had no access to my PC. And I was watching this, Third Life and Last Life with my mom the past 2 days, and we're watching Double Life tomorrow. Because I came arriving in my life series today. And somehow, didn't know how actually, don't ask me that. I was like, do you want to watch this with me? And she said yes. So now we are watching the entirety of the life series. How did we end up, huh? I don't know, but I'm not complaining. Besides the fact that I am extremely warm. Let me turn off this, take off this jacket. Anyways, in the time while I was there, and the time I was traveling on trains, which is something I can talk about, I had a lot of time to think, and my thinking came up with an AU, specifically one that is currently called Hidden Underground AU, and that's a title that's a work in progress, but it's basically a Secret Life AU with some other people in there to spice things up, because, for example, eventually Mr. Cupfan135 will make an appearance, for the reason that I enjoy his and Scar's dynamic, and that reason only. But it's mainly a Secret Life AU, and mainly focused on the Mounders, because they're amazing, and I like them a lot. I like their dynamic a lot. So, they get to be the focus. It's also really fun, because it means I put my main focus on relationships that are not, like, romantic or shippy. And my makeup has already in the life. Yeah, so true. He is there in the background. Haven't you seen him? But the problem is, I have a concept and I have vague ideas. I have no plot. Usually, everything ever I come up with, I have like scenes in my mind or a vague story idea, and then everything else I build more around. Like, I build characters out, relationships and all that out, because I started writing original stories and then took writing original stories to writing fanfic, which means I am more used to like coming up with like the things and then making characters that fits that. Which means that for writing fan fictions, I already have the characters. And the no plot story, my favorite kind. Yes, so true. Which is part of the reason why I'm doing these drawings as a stream, so I can just rubber duck ideas into the chat to Pisco and just solve my problem of what plot is there to this AU? None. I have some plot at least. Because I set up a Tumblr blog for this, for I don't want to post this AU to Twitter, because Twitter scares me. Which means that, in theory, you can go send asks there to that blog, and further that way. However, getting this AU of solely through that is hard, so I made a side blog, and called it there. Before we go into drawing, can I talk about this? I just talk about this before stream. Yeah, I usually rubber duck a lot of my ideas. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Ow. This little fella, or someone else, another plushie I have. This is Egg. Egg was named by some of my friends online when I asked, what do I name this fella? So now their name is Egg. And Egg usually is my rubber duck for writing stories. The other plushie is, hold on. This fella. He is so beloved. The most beloved plushie ever. Aww. Look at him. He is Doug. He is called Papa Enter. So he's literally just called Papa Duck because I was like 2 when I got him, or 1, and wasn't that creative with names. Because my papa got me this duck. I wasn't at the height of creativity, you know. But so I travel to my parents and I go there by train, which is usually fine, besides the parts where sometimes the Deutsche Bahn is a bit slow. Not slow, but just known for delays. Anyways, the delays weren't the issue. The issue was I need to transfer trains at some point. It went off at the wrong station. The city where I need to transfer has multiple stations on the ride I took. And I got off a station too early. So, and I realized that just as my train drove off in front of my eyes. So I was stuck in the right city at the wrong station. So I was like, okay, don't panic. Don't panic too much, at least. I need to get from this station to the actual station I need to be at. How do I do this? Let's ask Google. Google says the fastest way is to go by the intercity trains. Okay, we can do intercity trains or subways. How do I get to the subway? I go around the building. I do not find the entrance. I find the entrance. I cannot go up to the entrance because the escalator is blocked. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get to the bus station I walked by on my way walking around the building. I walk around to the bus station. I see a bus which ends at the station where I need to be at. And I think, ooh, great, that's exactly the bus I need to take. Bus drives off in front of my nose. So I think, oh no, I need a new bus. So I check, how often does this bus actually take off from this station here? It was like every 5 minutes, I think. Which, I have you know, I went off at the station with 20 minutes until my train leaves. Which isn't great. So I stand there very nervously at this bus station, twiddling my thumbs, thinking, I hope this bus arrives faster. I get on the bus, through the back door of the bus, because I didn't have a ticket, because I didn't want to show the ticket that I definitely owned. I get there, and then I watch the display in the bus, because this bus had a display where all the next stations were displayed, including how long until that station. So I watched the time on the monitor and how long until we get to that station. And I proceeded to not see the station where I needed to be at, and I think, oh dear, that's bad. So what I do is I check the app where I booked these tickets, because this app also updates if your train is delayed. And I check, and my train is thankfully delayed due to lack of personnel, which was the best news I ever received. Because with the time I had, I would arrive at the station where I planned to get off with around 2 minutes until my train would leave, which would be enough time if I run to get to there. I get off the bus, I proceed to go first in the wrong direction, I realize this. I turn around, realize, ooh, I can just go down the staircase, and there is my train that I need to get. I get down, I am at the station. My train leaves. It literally drove off in front of my eyes. So I'm stranded at the station. I think to myself, this is not a great situation to be at. My mom writes me in that moment, asking me if I'm gonna be there on time. So I just call her and say, no, I just missed the train I was supposed to be on. And so I needed to book a new ticket. So, I left the house earlier, or I left the dorm room at around 8:30, and I was at home at my parents' at around 7.5 hours later. For a ride which usually takes around 3 hours, more 2 actually, but you usually have 3 hours just because of some train passover time. Yeah, that was fun. I sat so long in the very cold because it was below freezing everywhere I was, and I sat at the stations everywhere. So I'm slightly sick now. I wonder why. Anyways, that was my train journey. The travel from my parents to here was absolutely smooth. I got on my train, I left my train, I stayed at the station, got some food there, got into the last train, and then I was here. Yay! I don't know why that drive there was so complicated. But anyway, let's draw. I have this pen. And I have transferred the file I was working on my laptop to my PC. Because I use the same program everywhere. Because I paid for it. My glasses are dirty. Which annoys me because I can't see. And it annoys me because I can see the light reflect off weirdly. I need these to see. It's not that I can see that well with them on, but I can see better with them on. Microfiber cloth, my beloved. So, let's draw. Where do I have my instance? There we go. Here's the thing. So, I already have the sketches for the mountains. Ignore all heights. All heights are always non-canon because I am extremely bad at drawing accurate heights. It's kind of alright, but not the best height differences I've ever drawn. They're better than most, but so these are my designs for, let me move this entire thing over a little bit, there we go, for all the Mounders, which are the main characters of the story, because I love them, and I'm the one making the AU. Hello, Discord ping. It's my sketching. I always sketch with this eye bleeding green and then the darker green for the detail sketch, and then some other colors for if I needed layers on top of my sketch. I need to see them. So anyway, let me explain, because some of these I have thoughts for. Let me just actually make these. That's probably easier. So, in this AU, that's not the right thing. In this AU, Pearl, this entire AU is like kind of taking place most people, not everyone else, I shouldn't say that, is working somehow, in some shape or form, some morally grey or shady to very illegal kind of job. Pearl in this case is more on the shady side of things. She runs a, like, kind of witch tarot card shop, the kind that scams you. I read it somewhere and I thought, ooh, this is a great idea, so I incorporated that into my EU, because I thought it could be fun to have her like moon themed magical shush